Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you all 5 fire chord progressions that you guys can use in your beats. Pretty much some like emotional chords you can use to make Rod Wave or Low Dirk melodies. But yeah, obviously you can use the chords for any kind of melody you want. And I'm going to try to explain everything in a way that makes sense to absolute beginners. And you know what I'm saying? Before we get started, go follow me on social media at inquires, tap in with me. Well, let's jump into it. Alright, so I'm pretty much going to go through 5 different patterns and show you guys the chords. First, I just want to give you guys a quick explanation of what I mean when I explain the chords by the numbers. So basically in C major, you know, all the white keys, we have 7 different notes. So yeah, every note is pretty much a number. So starting on C, this is 1, and then 2, 3, and then so on. So then our last chord is the 7, which is this, and then it's C again. So basically, if you make a chord with every starting note, you get this. And some of those chords are major chords, so like this, and some of them are minor. So that's like a minor chord. You can pretty much learn about this way more in detail if you just search up scale degrees. That's what these are called. Alright, now let's jump into the chords. Yeah, I forgot to mention this earlier. But yeah, you don't need to memorize anything that I'm doing on the screen. You can just watch and learn. Because I'll have all the MIDI files of the chord progressions down in the description so you guys can download them. You know, check them out in your own FL Studio. So yeah, but the first chord progression pretty much goes from the 6th chord to the 5 to the 4. So this is what I mean. And then if you play that with inversions and stuff, this is what it sounds like. As you can see, I added a lot of color notes in there. You know, I didn't just play it like this. I spread the notes out. And you know, every chord is 1 bar. So this is my A minor over here, and then I have my G major, and then F major for 2 bars. So in this case, I'm using 3 chords, but they span a distance of 4 bars, so you can repeat 1 chord twice. So if you add some top melodies on this, it could be a backbone of a really cool melody. So yeah, let's jump into the second one now. So I basically start on my 6th chord, which is A minor again. And then I go up to my 1 chord, C major, and then I go to my 5. So the thing about your 5 and 4 chords, as you can see, it's really common to go from your 5 to your 4. It's cool. So it's very cool to use chords that are right next to each other. It's a really cool like transition. But yeah, this is what it sounds like. So this is the basic version of it. But if I sauce it up and add some top melodies, you can get this. So once you learn all these basic chords, then you can move on to making top melodies. But the most important part is first understanding these chords, so then you can build on top of them. Alright, so the next chord progression is once again just 3 chords. So in this case, it goes from our 6th chord to our 3, which is E minor, and then back to our 4, and then playing the 4 twice. And yeah, as you can see, the last chord, I just added an extra note, which is the 7th, just to spice it up a little bit more, to add a little variation. So again, it's really impactful to make chords that are right next to each other. So in this case, I have E minor going to F major. That half step up really adds a lot of emotion. But if I sauce it up and add some top melodies, we can get something like this. You know, hella emotional. I can already hear Dirk on it, just talking about the trenches and shit. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Alright, so this chord progression is one that I use a lot. So it goes from C major to D minor, and then A minor, and then G major, So yeah, let me play it. You've definitely heard that in a lot of songs, but the cool thing about it is it goes like in steps. It goes from C to D, which is right next to it, and then it jumps over to A, and then it goes down to G, which is right next to it. You know, pretty cool because it's a pretty simple chord progression, but you can make it really fire. So the last chord progression in this is the most complex one, but again, it's pretty simple. It just has like some transition chords. So it starts on our first chord, which is the C, the 1, and then it goes to the 3, except instead of minor, we're playing a major. And then that's a transition over to our A minor, so the 6th chord, and then it goes down to the 5 for a transition, and then the 4, and then the minor over the 4, and then the 1 again. The only thing in this that might be confusing is that I have some chords that are not actually part of the scale, but the thing is you can borrow chords from other scales and make it work. So in this case, this chord is a transition chord, same with this one. So this is what it sounds like in the rhythm. So this chord leads really well into our A minor, and then this chord, the F minor, leads back to the C really well. So yeah, if this is really confusing to you, I would just suggest downloading the midis and try to look at it, because it'll make way more sense if you can look at the notes. So now let me show you guys how I would play like a top melody on top of these chords to make it way more sauced up, you know, way more interesting. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. I hope these 5 chord progressions were pretty helpful to learn. Just something to improve your beats. But if you guys want a part 2 of this video where I can explain some more top melody sauce, you know, how to improvise on top of these chords, just get this video to like 100 likes. I'll definitely drop part 2 along with some more midis just to help you guys learn chords. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace out.